Here's a reaction video, I guess you'd say. There's two inmates, one of which is in the brand, and I know him. Apparently, he doesn't remember me. So here's what he said. His buddy said, you know, you got people on the outside now talking to inmates, and they've gotten this from a guy named Moreno, who's doing quite well with his video. So thought I would just tell you, I don't want to advertise the other inmate stuff because they're still on the inside and they've still got the attitude. Anyway, he said, so there's this channel, right, called As the Key Turns. His name is David Lehman, and he claims to have been a guard at Marion and in the control unit, and he just goes around slandering people, bro, like Tommy Silverstein. And he's the one who said TD had a black punk and all this shit. Does his name ring any bells? Slander, if I'm getting the right definition, is people who go around saying things that are not true. Well, everything I said about Tommy Silverstein and T.D. Bingham is true. I listened to a call from Bingham where he had a discussion with a former inmate who was then on the outside, and they discussed how they loved each other, and the black guy always said that, you know, when he got up in the morning, he looked at his butt and he thought of old TD. So I had a conversation with one of our female guards who was married to another guard that was there, and said, hey, when you get up in the morning, do you ever look at your butt and think of your husband? And she said, no, why? And then I told her about the, you know, TD and Vanessa, as we called him, who was probably the gayest gay man I've ever met, ever. He was more female than any female I've ever met. I mean, he just trilled in things. He was something. And he was in Marion because while he was having sex with a guy, they murdered the guy. It was a setup. It was a hell of a story. I mean, yuck. Murder, you set a guy up to have sex with you and then knowing he's going to get murdered? Wow. That's the kind of people we had at Marion. And this guy says, one in prison says, I'm David Lehman. Yeah, I heard about that program about from Mike Moreno. Yeah, he had mentioned it, and the name Lehman, if I remember right, it's really vague, but he, I think, he may have been kind of tall, basically, blank word, kind of, you know, a lame turd, right? You know. And then the other guy says, what I mean, yeah, if I remember him, he wears glasses and has a goofy haircut. Glasses, yeah, goofy haircut, and he's tall. I want to mention that too. In prison and now, it seems that if you are a person who doesn't have hair, like you're bald or you're partly bald and so you shave your hair or whatever, that there's a lot of people that seem to think that that means you're unmanly. I mean, there was the guy in Jurassic Park that was, you know, the guy that was hunting the dinosaurs, and he was bald, and I would dare anybody to call him unmanly. Matter of fact, I got a scene in the movie where he beats up some people who were picking on some lady. So I've always wondered, and it's really mostly Hispanic people, but now these white guys are picking it up, that, you know, if you're bald or they don't like your haircut or something, you know, that they get all worked up about it. As a matter of fact, when I was in prison, there was a lady supervisor, let's call her that. She was in the hierarchy of the prison. And there was a fellow who had a flat top haircut, you know, like from the 1950s or whatever, and to this day he still has a flat top haircut. He just likes it. It looks good on him, so, you know, he has a flat top haircut. And this lady who happened to be black, she decided that haircut was racist and made a big deal about how this guy was a racist because of the haircut, which kind of, I thought, since she didn't know him and he's not a racist, that I thought maybe she was just projecting upon him her racism. Like these guys here the same group, the same guys that we're talking about, they always project upon me that I am racist against white people because they only listen to the videos that have to do with what they're interested in, which is the Aryan Brotherhood and, the white Nazis and all that crap. So since they only listen to them, they only hear me talk bad about that particular group. So they say, oh, he's only picking on us. They don't listen to the other ones because they're not interested in them. And the same thing happens with some of the black nationalists. They always claim that, oh, he only picks on black people or Hispanic people or whatever, because those are the only videos that they like to watch on my channel. So they assume that that's all there is since they don't watch the other ones. So they said that, well, he's a racist. Yeah, right. That's not quite how it works, He goes on. I can't tell in his videos. He might be average. I don't think he's my size. Yeah, I think he's kind of, tall. A little taller. Not really tall. Maybe like 5'11". Yeah, maybe that. He may be a little taller. But that's not listen. They here's the thing, people. You can have blank on these little podcasts, whatever, that they just say what they blank say, what I'm saying, and it's that's what they're doing. Plus he's a cop, and he's not going to like Tommy, that's for sure. You know what I mean? But it's like when Tommy died, they took him out of the ADX over there, and it took him to an outside hospital. And when he died in the outside hospital, they were in their shift change, and over there in the blank ADX in Florence, right? And when they heard he died, they're all over and they're clapping. So that's what you're dealing with. But I don't expect anything other than anything like that, And that's right, I heard the same thing from one of the fellows that was working there, that when Tommy Silverstein died, the staff, usually that's just us low-life, terrible guard people, because we're all hateful and racist, and they clapped. Because, if I worked in a bank, or you worked in a bank, and they walked into the bank and murdered two of your coworkers, just gunned them down, and then took the money and ran away, I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't say, wow, those are great guys that came in, murdered my coworkers. I just love them. They're heroes for murdering my coworkers. Well, a lot of these guys are in prison for robberies and bank robberies and stuff like that. Just listen to my video or watch my video on Silverstein, and you'll see that, yeah, he was a terrific fellow going around, just being a hero and victimizing people like his girlfriends, his children, random people that he wanted to victimize so that he could live a much better life than he was entitled to because he's lazy and won't work. So he just steals things and hurts people. And if you think that I or any normal human being is going to say that people who go around victimizing folks are heroes, that's kind of sick, actually. It's a mentally ill thing. I don't think that normal human beings think that people who victimize others for their own benefit are heroes. And the ABs in particular all go around thinking that they're pirates. And, pirates in their real life, not the stuff on TV. On TV, they're kind of cool, man, and in the movies and stuff. But in real life, they were and are murdering people who just pull up to your ship, steal the stuff that they want from you, and rape and kill everybody. That's cool. Would you like that? Wouldn't that be cool? You're driving around in your truck, going down the freeway, they force you off the road and rape you, murder you, and take the stuff out of your truck, because that's basically what they're doing, except on the sea. And of course the Vikings, they like them because they came to foreign shores and pillaged, meaning steal everything that they can or want, and then rape and murder anybody that they feel like I mean, if that's the people that you idolize, you're kind of mentally ill, and that's what we're talking about here. The ABs, what they do inside of prison is that they control the place through threats and intimidation and violence. They prostitute other inmates. So if you're a nice inmate and you are just going around doing your thing, they may force you into prostitution for their benefit, force you into having your girlfriend or wife bringing in drugs, and if she don't, they kill you. So if that's the kind of people admire, like these guys apparently do, then okay. It's just kind of sick. And thank God that there's prisons to keep these people off the streets from victimizing you, dear listener. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd give a little reaction to their video. I thought it was appropriate to show you that, yeah, they're still out there. They still believe the same stuff. Nothing changes inside the walls. And if you want to be, super famous in prison, be Tommy Silverstein or somebody like that, you know what? It never ends well for you. So if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Promise, it won't kill you to subscribe.